Okay, so let's unpack this. We're looking at what is literally just a product page from a retailer called HDTVSupply.
Right.
And it's for a 10-pack of QSC black metal grills for ceiling speakers. It costs like $435.
Which, sounds like the most boring internet purchase possible.
Exactly. But I promise you, there is a surprisingly quirky story hidden right here in the specs. Today, we're taking this single B2B e-commerce source and using it as our mission for this deep dive to decode the hidden world of commercial AV design.
Yeah, and the hilarious kind of glitchy reality of how this gear is actually bought and sold. I mean, it's a perfect microcosm to look at.
So to really understand the quirks of buying commercial gear, we first have to figure out why someone cares this much about, well, a ceiling grill, right?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the specs for this QSC acoustic design series, and they specifically highlight a zero-bezel design. And a sleek architectural finish meant to blend seamlessly into modern interiors.
To me, a zero-bezel grill is like a perfectly tailored suit. You aren't really supposed to notice the stitching. But honestly, does the acoustic performance actually change with a zero-bezel design? Or are we just paying for the disappearing act?
Oh, you're definitely just paying for the disappearing act.
Right.
Acoustically, no, it's literally just a metal cover.
Yeah.
But mechanically, achieving that is actually pretty complex.
Wait, how so?
Well, to get rid of that bezel, these grills usually rely on rare earth magnets hidden in the speaker chassis instead of, traditional screws.
Oh, wow, so it just snaps on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That allows the metal to snap perfectly flush against the drywall without a visible frame.
So it physically attaches differently just to create that illusion. Why go to all that trouble just to hide a speaker?
It really comes down to the psychology of high-end commercial spaces. Like, think about a luxury hotel lobby
Okay. Yeah.
or a high-stakes corporate boardroom.
Mm.
In those environments, audio is meant to be felt and heard, but absolutely not seen.
Right, you don't want ugly plastic rings distracting the...
Exactly. The physical environment demands that the technology visually vanishes, allowing the architecture itself to take center stage.
It's ironic, really. The architects are demanding absolute frictionless perfection on the ceiling. But to actually acquire that perfection, the buyer has to wade through one of the most friction-heavy, clunky e-commerce experiences on the internet.
Yeah, that contrast is exactly what makes B2B retail so fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at this product page, and the clues that this isn't a normal consumer site are everywhere.
Like the payment options.
Right, they offer a 5% discount if you pay by check or wire transfer.
Which totally signals high-volume corporate buys. I mean, nobody is wiring money for a single pair of consumer headphones.
Exactly.
But there's a detail buried in the official specs that absolutely gave away the game for me. It claims this completely inert piece of black metal, this literal speaker cover.
Yeah.
It claims it ships with the latest firmware.
That is such a classic database glitch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it happens because these B2B distributors aren't writing descriptions by hand. They're uploading massive CSV spreadsheets with tens of thousands of SKUs.
Oh, I see.
So when a massive retailer sells highly technical products, like HDTVSupply with their endless pages of complex Wolfpack matrix switchers, the data columns in those spreadsheets easily bleed over.
So the firmware specs for a computerized video switcher just copy-pasted themselves onto a passive piece of metal screen because of a misaligned spreadsheet column.
Precisely. It's just automated chaos. But that structural flaw makes the customer reviews on this page incredibly poignant.
Yeah, I noticed that. You have multiple reviews specifically praising an employee named Rachel.
Or sometimes referred to as Rachel Christian.
Right, for her help with complex requests. Amidst all the massive database uploads and the endless lists of HDMI splitters, it's a real human being making the sale happen.
Rachel's out there saving the day for buyers trying to navigate these massive glitchy systems. Behind almost every automated, faceless commercial purchase, there is a human actively patching the holes in the system to make it work.
So what does this all mean for you listening? This simple deep dive into a metal speaker grill reveals a truly amazing clash.
Yeah, on one hand, you have the demand for flawless, invisible architectural design.
Right, and on the other, you have the delightfully flawed, highly human nature of e-commerce.
It leaves you with an important question to consider, really.
What's that?
Well, as commercial technology, like the zero-bezel magnetic grills, gets better and better at completely disappearing into our environment, how will our relationship with the spaces around us change? I mean, what happens when we can no longer see where the architecture ends and the technology begins?